And back at the station in India, that brings out the leeches. We've got the... And 1 damage from the pulse wave, 2 pile driver. What a mess. A job for Rekka. Probably you'd think Rekka did it. Nope. It was the Guardian. The Guardian pushes to do this, taking damage. Still there. Who else? I have a guy. I have a god. There's a god here who might do something. Light ray can make a move. Can attack. Try to attack this guy or attack Wrecker. Wait, whose turn? Yes. Wrecker. This doesn't know how. Wrecker is very powerful. He might KO that guy. This one isn't very powerful, but might KO this guy. 1 hit and he'll KO that one. I don't know how close that is to happening. And Light Ray is also close to being KO'd if he doesn't. This is going to try and finish off this guy, and then this will try to get these 2 characters up there and attempt to finish off Rekka. Or this could try to just have him push, and this doesn't know that it will be able to stop him with 1 hit. He is pulse wave and 2 damage. Maybe be better. He might attack that character regardless. This doesn't know if it can. And he has pulse wave. This will push and use the pulse wave now, and if that doesn't stop him, this will attempt to. Because if he doesn't have movement attack anymore, even if he could survive, he'd get up to Wrecker, and Wrecker might end up hitting him. Of course, he doesn't know which one, but they're both very weak. In fact, they're both on the last click. They're both equally vulnerable. Better chance of trying to stop Rekka. Bulldozer here, pulse wave. 3, 4. That's 12. There are characters with attack values that high. I eat people like you for breakfast. Ya hoser. That missed. That did not hit him. Let's try and get a light ray in here, or should this help wreck her? I'll try to finish off Bulldozer. This could hypersonic him also. Move 2. This knows where all the characters are. This won't look for any more characters. I have 9 movement of 7 more. Could attack him from range of 4, since this has. So movement 2 more, 4. This has 5 movement remaining. Oh, he has energy explosion, or is that precision strike? It's precision strike, which means he can't reduce this below 1. Though I suspect he doesn't have invincible. 7. That's 16. He has 16. That's the defense. And he has toughness. This deals 3 damage. He takes 2. That guy's still alive. So was concerned about that. Also move back where this came from. 5 movement left. That's enough to actually move further away. This won't do that. This will stay here. Then take a moment to clear his token next turn. Right now, everyone here has done something. That is the end of this particular turn. Take you guys off the field for every meal. Gonna eat out for every meal, and I'm the plan who can make it all real. You're gonna give it. I don't know. I don't know. So many strong reservations. Tell it to the Marines. Should I go and perform mutilations? You didn't have nothing. You had me. Come on, boy. Where will it be? Money. What is it? This one is pushed. Was Wrecker also pushed? I can't remember. This is. I think Wrecker had some kind of token. Wrecker definitely attacked last turn. Did he? This wouldn't have pushed to do that. He'd have a token. I see two people. This suspects one of them is... Alright, that's a guardian. The guardian of the light protector of the tribe of the earth. And this one. What's this one? Pile driver. This did not remove his piece from the board. It's neglected after every death. You gotta pay the enervated their dues and remove their corpses from the field. Come on, you gotta get rid of this. You gotta take responsibility, take charge. It does. This would not like to push Rekha. This is over here. It's going to... Someone attack this person? Oh, this still has to search. Oh, what's this? This is a guy. It's the brown guardian. She leaves. Someone attacked. Bulldozer attacked Light Ray. Didn't he make this square? I guess he attacked from a horizontal. Maybe that's not even the square. It didn't help. It's your shield. You'd have to make them both. So you got to make two sides. It doesn't give you that option, though. It's exploiting the vortex shedding weaknesses in my geometrical limitations and the resources allocated to bulldozer for obstructing line of fire, hence referred to here in this throughout. I can find. Let's see. Find the Light Ray. Not Ray on the tail. Not in the room. Or else would I be able to see? That's it for this. Can see. Not out there. Rekha can see. He's not adjacent to a square in this room. He can see these three, those three rows from those squares on. Oh, these three squares. No. Check this room. No, don't see him. He's not here. He seems to have disappeared. Try to find this guy. Wrecker. Wrecker should push. This guy could push. They're both going to push. I'm going to push this guy to attack this Guardian. 8 on your... Whatever you got. Oh, 9. 9 plus 7. That seems pretty alright. 16. We have 15. Hits you and succeeds with one more than it requires. That's 2 damage. You have no damage reducers. KO. KO. Oh. Masters of Evil team ability gives me colossal stamina. I can just keep pushing. Not dead. Almost dead. This is the last click. No more colossal stamina pushing without killing yourself. And Wrecker. What's that Wrecker? This shall command Wrecker to wreck. Wreck like you've never wrecked before. Would this really do that to Wrecker? This would like to clean house. Wrecker is going to... 9 on your whatever you've got. Probably. It might be the same. 9. That's a pretty good roll. That's even better than Bulldozer. It's what you'd expect from Wrecker. It'd be better than Bulldozer. Hey! What'd you expect? I had the power first, you know. 9. 18. It's an 18. Same defense. It's 3 damage. That was 1 more than Bulldozer. Just get used to it, Wrecker. I'm better than you. Well, I'm still better at macrame. 3 damage. No damage reducers. Seems like the last click, yes. That's another one down. Now to find that guy and take some... Uh-oh, alright. We have Steel Energy and Exploit Weakness. I like that. Ooh, that's a nice exploit weakness. Your opponents would remove their character beads from the field. I suppose they don't have to do that immediately. Or perhaps they should. Has not quite decided yet. That seems to be all. This did not check this hallway. Here, that's probably Light Ray. The turn is over. This has an idea of where to look. This didn't check the hallway. Check the hallway. I suspected it might have acted differently now that I know that Light Ray is right there. Ending the turn. Do you have Perplex? No. You had Empower, which does modify characters who are adjacent. Their damage up by 1 if they're adjacent friendly characters. When making close combat attacks. It's enhancement, but for close combat attacks. Enhancement is for ranged combat attacks. It's kind of like Perplex. Very context-sensitive Perplex, but Perplex. None. But it is a very context-sensitive use of Perplex or heroclix combat modifier, but it is a Perplex nonetheless. So combat... There you are. You have this token. This put an even smaller. Believe it or not, there's a micro-sized Connect 4 and then a smaller micro-sized Connect 4. This put the black bead just on top of the white bead. The other white bead, the red bead. The black token upon the red token, because he's a god. The Dark God Barbario once said that being a god is not to be powerful, it is to have substance. And this thought, what if God in heroclix, it was gods were all given special tokens that had some artistic or beautiful significance? The way a token looks doesn't necessarily help you in the game. If anything, it might get you killed because it gets the attention of other characters. It's basically the taunt buff in a video game, mayhaps. But what if just looking at this taught you something personal and daunting every time? And you had different tokens for every character, and you could switch them out in every game. And every time they looked at this token, it taught you something new and different about yourself that changed your life forever. Even if you got beaten more often, you would transcend the game. Perhaps you would really win every time, knowing the impact that you had on the lives of other players, and perhaps in time the world. Perhaps even the universe, or more particularly Planet Fat. Now that's the power of a god. Or not, or maybe I'm just being an effete imbecile. It's anyone's game at this point. It's anyone's game. Taking that, taking it away. Taking away it in body, it in object, but not in deed. Meaning, not in character, not in substance, not in ideological framework. Not in taking away the token, but not what it stands for. There, take it, eat it. I'm here all week. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. This should check the room. This didn't check the room. Cleared him. Look around. Look around the room. Take a look around. You might see something. You might see nothing. Nothing. All right, that's it. Back here, put you there, and put you here. You have tokens. Goody Donna. Check the room in case the Light Ray popped in. This shouldn't check. This knows where. It's just recalled now. This knows where Light Ray is. For some reason that happens, I suppose you shouldn't pretend that you don't. This won't have you pretend you don't know where they are if you do happen to see them. Just to fix that. This won't bother to look then. This will presume that light ray is. I'll check just to make sure. You have the bead. That is the palladium, platinum, silver, noble metal, crucible, ancient Germanic concept and siring of the modern tangents of ancient archetypal structures of authority and domination via the luster of crucible steel to transcend the mortal worlds by reaching into the heavens by the power and discipline of the mind. You will die. I mean, that god might kill us or teach us something that will scar our souls. The mark of my dignity will scar thine DNA. That's what Jill was talking about. Yeah, that's his action token. His effete and attempted prophetic and daunting dialogue. But he's more talking about deracination by manipulating genetics. But hey, that's the way you play. Some people use action tokens. Some people use genetic war crime-esque biological experimentation on the deoxyribonucleic acid. To each his own. And, I mean, deltamina. Clearing the action token. I am Consuela. Yes, I am Miss Cleo. After these messages, we'll be right back. Check that room. I do not have perplex anymore. Where shall this go? This has hypersonic. Move here and check this hallway. Move one of the hypersonic attack. Yeah. Alright, what's this? That's the thermometer crystal bed, purple thermometer crystal bed, Martonian dark chaotic magic thief ski mask of Carl. This is not okay. Your name is Wrecker. What is Wrecker's state nomenclature? What do they write? What is his social security number plated of nomen field? Call him. Carl. His name might be Carl. So this Wrecker seems more like a felonious underworld moniker or some sort. Right. So this knows where. Can this attack him from there? This has 7. It can attack him from 4 away. So here, this could hypersonic up 3. 3 more. So that's a total of 4, and it can still 5 away. Retreat for 5. The movement isn't completed. Give him his special modified action token. It's one of a kind and ready to blindside the burning bacon microverse keyed nuanced precipitous decline and absence or the nuanced psychological faculties and implements that are required to sustain existential potency and leave you existentially inert subsequently. 9 on your 16. Oh my goodness. You and your quasi-intellectual pseudo-hobnobbery as Master Shak might say. Master Shak. That's what the Mrs. Protononanaluski, and yes, that is her name now. That's what you call him. Master Shak. Master Shak. Minyazu will shake. Shake and bake, baby. Yeah, I know what you need. 10. That's a 10. Hits 19. That hits your 16 for 3 damage. You take 2. Still alive. Okay. Man, that guy's tough. I need to retreat. This has just noticed this in this room. Whilst considering going in there. This knows that there's a guy in there. That might be a problem in the game. This would like to be able to go into a room and be surprised. Don't know if that's possible, though again, this is the guy who placed it there. No. Difficult to tell. And this is standing above the board. This doesn't know if you were sitting down. It might be closer to eye level, or that might actually make it easier to find characters errantly. All things that are difficult to say. I do retreat 5 back to a place he does not see. It's here. This knows where all the characters are. This will not search that one since that's so far out of... Well, it's clear. This actually doesn't know if that's a character pick or not. Where did this attack from here? It won't search there. They would have to use movement that would make it harder to escape. And so that means on the way, should this check that room since the beginning of its turn. It won't check again. Check that hallway. Once you get here, with one more movement left, check. Right. Yeah, that's good. That's good. And this can now see this one row starting from this square, ending here. That's it. Light ray. That is Light Ray's turn. Light Ray attacked me and then disappeared. Go find him. Go find that guy right now. He owes me $50 of cocaine.
You got it, boss. But you're not better than me. I heard that.
I've got 9 movement and a chip on my shoulder, which means a bad attitude. If you've got a bad attitude when you've been drinking, you just take a peek here. Now this can see this whole hallway and these 2 from this square on to here of those 2 rows. I'm going to pick this up. I lost super strength. I'm not that strong anymore. I don't have the strength. No one's over there. We'll run over here. Check. So where does it go here? And that's 1 of 9. 8 more. 4 here. Check this hallway. Check these squares. They're part of that hallway. From there. This is part of what Wrecker can see. Should have checked this already. And these 3 squares to here. And that room. No. He's not over. I think he's not in that room. Not anywhere Wrecker can see. I'm going to move over 2 more. That's 1, 4, 5, 6. Got 3 more movement after this. Check this room. He's still here. This didn't move over his peg. So he should be here. Now that this is switched over to character, so this would not have found him there. This is very dubious that if this had not just moved, even knowing that this person would have been placed there last turn, if this had not done it a few seconds ago, this wonders if this would have this still would have noticed that, curiously enough. Something about this configuration makes it more obscure. Perhaps this could use that. As far as this would say that a character likely decide there's no one in this room. Keep checking. Wrecker's up there. I enter this room. I have 3 more movement. I could get adjacent here. Check the rest of that room Wrecker was in. That Wrecker was not next to, but could see these 3 squares. He's here. That's still separated by a square of that room, but he could see these 3 over from transposed along that row. No one. Where's this guy? This can see these 2 down to here. This now draws attention. Oh, I found him! Shh! Shut the boob up! You shut the boob up! Is that all you have to say? Baby, Wrecker! Wrecker, Mama! And then Eustace comes a-running. What's going on? He doesn't have move and attack. Oh dear, what is he going to do? This has to steal energy from somebody. I'm going to steal energy from he could hypersonic and run away. Let's try to create a perimeter, but then this won't be able to attack him when he makes that move. He could run. Let's try to trap him. And someone needs to get adjacent to him. I don't think any of us are up to the task. If he can just stay put another turn, Wrecker could push and maybe hit him. This needs to get Wrecker up. Did this change over? This did not. Move is finished. Change the character peg over. Switch over happens, and everyone was very aware they were looking at a play right now. Very aware of that I'm looking at that I'm watching a play right now. Is that bad, or is that the cutting edge of the art medium? Because that's what defines it. It's a play, you know. And if people know they're watching a play, then I failed. You should fire me. 6. Knows where the only character is. So we'll dive off into this room. And now that the move is complete, the Wrecker is hot to trot, ready to kill somebody. Oh yeah, a little Vito, baby, yeah. See if I can find a car. See if I can build a car. See if I can find one. Vito, baby, yeah. But can you believe Lenny made a rap out that other Lucy? What in the fuck? Oh, is that the shark from Deep Blue Sea? That's for eating Samuel Jackson, you motherfucker. That's for eating Samuel Jackson. Shark. That shark ate Samuel Jackson. You know, not to be racist, but all these sharks, all these urban metropolitan water-dwelling sharks, that's a special kind of water. There's salt water, there's fresh water, and then there's the water around major metropolitan regions, and there are sharks that can live in that. That's like finding out that bacteria survive near volcanoes and in radioactive drums of radioactive waste, but to find out that they're macro like compound multicellular organisms, that's just up in the ante of impossibility. How is this happening? How are you doing this? How are you even doing this, sir? That's all. Their turn is finished. Did this move Wrecker? Yes. And everyone's in order. Right. Your turn. Checking the zoos. No. So can check this box. I can check up. This notices that immediately. Oh dear, they found me. I don't know how, but they found me. You don't know how? They're Libyan nationalists. How could they not find you? You stole their uranium. They probably placed some kind of transponder in. Transponderosa. This could try to... When he's KO'd, this is not certain if it's from an attack or not. When he's KO'd, he emits he uses pulse wave that deals 3 damage or some such thing. Or an attack. He deals an attack upon dying that deals 3 damage to everyone within some specific area. Let me check. When he's KO'd in general, regardless of if it is as a result of an attack or any particular game effect, an attack that has 10 for its attack value that targets all characters within 5 squares in line of fire. And they're dealt 3 penetrating damage. If I could get both of them within that range, 5 in line of fire, this might be able to... Maybe I can end this game. I mean, I could maybe kill us both. I don't know how weak Wrecker is, but if I don't, this guy's gonna charge me. I don't even know if he can. He has the Masters of Evil team ability. He can probably, if he's still alive, he can push regardless of... They should probably do that. I'm going to take that. Gotta take that 1 in 10,000 chance, man! I'm gonna hypersonic 9. I can hypersonic from here. I'm going to attack him, then try to find, hopefully, Wrecker's nearby, and die next to him. Right, attack him with precision strike. 9 on his defense. 10, that's a good hit. 9, that's a good hit, man. 19, you have 17, that hits you for 3 damage. KO. That's what happens when you try to mess with a god. You see this action token? Will scar your spirit. Raise your spirits. Pull out that token. You are now empty. The difference between you and I is that your existence is written in the sand and must constantly be rewritten. But I, despite the sands falling and constantly covering the essence of my being, the proportions between the areas of the engravement and the sand around it remain the same. Regardless of the ever-shifting sands, I will always be, regardless of the energy required to write it. The source be my guide, mortal. There, now to use the rest of that 9 movement to find this guy. I can check into this room. Is the Wrecker also in there? I like to leave him there. He's a victory. He's your body. He's in this. I gotta die. I'm about to die. I want to die. This is my deliberations. I'm gonna die I'm gonna take a swan dive into oblivion with some kind of articulated meaning. I'm not just gonna. I refuse to die as the Kurgan suggested. One of the binary ways you gotta burn out or fade away. I do neither. I make a statement. I'm gonna do something crazy. So crazy the world will never forget it, and will be forever transformed. We'll not just forget it, but it will mean something. Even if it shouldn't. I'm gonna make it mean something. Let's go. So he's not in this room. He's not even up here. I'm gonna check. Move 3. He's not in this. Let's check that box. Let's check that hallway. 3. This has 6 more. Come on. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die after this concludes, man. He's gone. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go up this hallway. 3. Check this room. Oh, that's him? That's him? Yes, it is. Oh my. Here you are. Okay. I don't have to stop. He doesn't stop people from automatically... this can ignore characters for movement purposes when using hypersonic, but I'm going to end my movement here. Then I'm pushing KO. Now I get to, if you could see this, it's like the cataracts of heroclix, seeing a KO meter, but there's still an important effect that's going to occur regarding, he's going to make an attack instead of being KO'd after the point at which he would ordinarily be KO'd. He's like an attack of the resurrection Jeshua burst. 10 attack on whatever you've got. 4, and it failed? That failed? 10, was 4? 14? He has 16 attack. Failed. No penetrating damage. So that's it. Game over. You took a gander and you lost. You had 12 movement and then suddenly dropped to 9. Quite a wager of a god. Though, despite that the game is over, and his life has the life of Light Ray ended rather unceremoniously. Perhaps unexpectedly, perhaps unpropitiously, nor serendipitously. Might it still had some sort of meaning, an auxiliary, consulary meaning, that is still more profound and more powerful than anything that we likely would comprehend with 100% of our brains? Come in here and explain our advanced ways. Well, he destroyed our craps. Those are the words.